Hello, how are you today? So today I wanted to talk about that voice in your head or the devil on your shoulder or however you refer to it. But the thing used to drive me, torture me like crazy. It was the hardest thing I think ever with the eating disorder was the voice in my head. So, do you have a voice in your head? How do you refer to it? And if you're really brave, you can let me know the type of things that it says. For me, it used to say that I was fat, I was ugly, I was no good, I wasn't good enough, I was worthless, I was unlovable, everybody else was better than me. It hated me, absolutely hated me. But the one thing I remember very, very vividly was that every time I tried to eat something else, so I had, sort of like my safe allowance, what I'd allow myself to eat every day. But the moment that I tried to kind of like push past that, I remember, this voice would scream at me and tell me that I would be, I would sort of put on so much weight if I was just to have this small amount of food. And it could have just been an apple, an extra apple. Wasn't very much, but it felt like it was such a huge thing. And so it would scream at me that I'd be so, I'd get on the scales later and, the sort of like, the difference would be immense. And, I would just, I'd be so fat, I'd put on all this weight, etc. And would just scream at me that I was a failure, that I was bad, and how dare I, even consider having this apple. And, so, do you have a voice that kind of talks to you, that sort of says stuff? Does it scream at you? But, when did that voice in your head start? When did it start saying these things to you? Because mine wasn't always there. It wasn't always, as a child, it wasn't there sort of telling me these things, but it came on later in life. So, that kind of makes you think, well, okay, so if those things weren't true beforehand, so they weren't true beforehand, it wasn't true that an apple would make me so hideous when I was a child, but it did when I was kind of like later on when I was an adult. So why was that? Was that, did something change that I didn't know about? Did apples become a lot less healthier? Were they pumped full of all sorts that I didn't know about? And even if they were they really going to make that much difference? Like, this voice was screaming at me. So they weren't true beforehand. So how do you know that they're true now? How do you know that's the case, if it wasn't true before? And is it based on facts? You'll kind of believe in this voice, and I certainly did. It wasn't based on facts. It was just my extreme fear. Would anybody else believe it if it was true? If anybody else tried to, if you sort of said, well, this apple, this whatever is going to make me so fat, would everybody else believe it? And if somebody said it to you, if somebody said, oh, I'm gonna try and eat this apple, but it's gonna have a real difference, would you believe them? Would that sort of like seem right for them? And I know that kind of thing of, well, everybody else is fine, but it's just me. It's just me that's different, and these rules just apply to me. But we don't believe them about somebody else, so why do we believe it about ourselves? And has anybody ever told you that that was true? You know, did anybody actually came up to you and say, better not eat that apple, because it will, you know, have a huge difference for you? Did anybody actually ever tell you that? Yeah, because, do you know what? That voice in your head, the devil on your shoulder, whatever, your negative self, whatever you want to call it, it's not true. It's not true at all. But it's like, it's dependent on your fear, like a bully. Like a bully in the playground, like a bully at work, like a, you know, an abusive partner. Like a bully, they depend on your fear for you to kind of, you know, for you to keep reacting to them. And I can help with that fear. You know, I can help you let go of that fear. Just get in touch, because fear is not nice to live with. And I know, you know, often there's black and white thinking where an eating disorder is concerned, you know, but it's kind of like we have this scale between love and fear. And, you know, I lived in fear for such a long time due to, you know, my experiences. But now I sort of choose to go for love. I've let go of the fear, and I choose to embrace the love, and it just feels so much better. My life feels just so much better. I feel so more free in my life now. Feel so much more relaxed, feel so much confident about myself. And you can definitely have that too, if you just let go of that fear. And like I said, I can help you with that. Now, I offer a 12-week one-to-one complete support eating disorders program, whereas I work with you, have a weekly session, usually around an hour and a half to 2 hours in length, because, you know, I don't like to rush these things. But I'm in constant contact with you. I'm in contacting you every day, reaching out to you every day, offering you further support, offering you, you know, extra motivation, extra inspiration, extra encouragement. And usually that 12 weeks is £1,797, which might sound like a lot, but I invest a lot of my time with you, and my clients have all said that it's great value, and they don't, you know, they don't consider it to be a penny too much. But I invest, you know, this is complete support over 3 months that you're getting. But I am going on holiday on the 4th of July for a week. So, and I do have some availability coming up on the 18th of June. I haven't got any before that, but I have as from the 18th of June. So if you're interested in that 12-week program, if you're interested in letting go of that fear, letting go and turning your whole life around, not just in terms of your eating disorder, but in how you feel about yourself, I am offering, because I'm going to be away that week, and because I won't be around to offer you a weekly session during that week, but I will be in touch, texting you during that week, even though it's my holiday, I will do that. But because I'm not around to offer you that weekly session, I'm basically offering that 12-week program for £1,297. So that's a discount of £500 just because I'm away for a week and you don't get your weekly Skype session with me. So if you're interested, please do get in touch. If you have any questions, please do get in touch. If you need a payment plan and have any other concerns or worries or anything like that, let me know and we can discuss it and try and work them through. But yeah, this is my kind of reaching out to you saying, I know how it feels. I've been there. It is shit. I'm not even going to fluff it up. It is shit, more than shit. But there is a way out. And, and I can help you turn your life around. And so if you're interested in that, even if you're scared, I totally get that. Even if you don't believe necessarily that it's possible, I've had quite a few clients who've just kind of, contacted me because they don't know any other way and they just sort of like putting their trust in me, but they don't necessarily believe that they've tried so many different things in the past, but they've achieved really great results to turn their lives around. So if you're interested, just get in touch, message me, email me, kim@kissgoodbyetoanna.com. And we can have a chat. All right, wishing you a great rest of your Tuesday. Lots of love, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.